Good morning. My name is Angela Fag with Messengers of Truth. Today is April 9th, 2026 at approximately 8 a.m. in the morning, Eastern Standard Time. Coming to you live from my backyard in Cape Coral, Florida. Honestly, I wasn't even going to come make a video because everything's kind of a letdown, you know? We're always back and forth. You know, is this going to happen? When is it going to happen? Oh my God, I can't believe that happened. You know what I'm saying? Like, who do we trust? Who don't we trust? I mean, it's getting a little wild, I think. You know, if we think about this, the Rothschilds, the Rockefellers, that's who we want them to be, like, out front, right? That's who's out front. So I call them the they, thems, because we really don't know who's running the show, the system. But the system supposedly was built by the Rockefellers and the Rothschilds. The healthcare system, the policing system, the schooling system, every system you can think about was made by them. So the question goes, why would we, one, trust any of these systems? Two, believe half of the stuff that they're saying? And I'm talking in general, all of them. I mean, if we want to pick out just one thing, think about the schooling system. Do you think 40 years ago that the parents in the 90s, or 40 years ago, be in the 80s, would allow their children to have books read to them that had sexual content in it, regardless of what sexual content? That's the thing that people need to get clear. It doesn't matter if it's gay sex, straight sex, sex at all. It's the whole point. But people can't cipher that out. You know what I'm saying? Like, they can't think that, you know, children shouldn't be seeing or hearing about sex at all. As my mom would say, that's not on your level. You're not supposed to, you know, be doing that shit. So we trust in these systems, right? These systems that were built by these people. And we get told over and over again, regardless of who the person is, it doesn't matter, that we're supposed to trust in these systems and everything's safe and effective. And we can't know that for national security. But we're supposed to agree with it, because we come into an agreement with it pretty much with our Social Security. All these systems were set up by them. And the real question is how do we get out of it? I don't think anybody knows that. Because every time they say, oh, you're going to get out of this or that or whatever, it's always war and people being hurt and rape and murder. And it's just like, I don't want to live that life anymore, bro. I don't, you know, I could say that I'm sick of hearing about it, but at this point, none of us really have a choice. Yeah, we could turn the channel, but then we're just ignoring it, right? We're just, or at that point, are we saying, oh, well, it's okay. It's okay. It's okay to have dirty cops. It's okay to have judges that don't even follow the law. It's okay. It's all about whose opinion it is at that time. Who gets punished, who doesn't get punished, who gets raped, who gets put in a mental institution, who gets put on drugs. I mean, think about it. And it's all the system that they built. So we keep going back to this system, science, Trust the science. The science tells us. Science is telling me that you guys have been fucking around, and now all of us are finding out. You know what I'm saying? When do we get to vote on whether or not we want things sprayed on us? I don't want mosquito stuff sprayed. There's so many other things that you can do that isn't poisonous to get rid of things. But they don't want to do that. They don't want to do the hard stuff. They want to take the easy way out. And usually the easy way out is the evil way out. You see? That should be a shirt. Easy way out is the evil way out. Boom. I don't know, but you should go over there and check out my shirts. I got this pretty dope one that says Big Ovary Energy, and it's the ovaries, but it's all done with flowers. I thought it was pretty dope. Anyways. But this is, you know, I'm questioning. Like, how much do we really have to believe that's coming out? You know, this war has gotten the Epstein files buried, right? Women can't even stick together half the time. It's the truth. Like we always say, you know, oh, men are so dirty, this or that. You should listen to how some of these women speak. I'm just saying. I got to live in both worlds. I have 2 older brothers, so I grew up around a lot of boys. And that's just it. So we're still trusting. I'm just finding out right now that the neighbors put a camera up on their house, probably because of that incident that happened. I don't even know if I told you guys. It was a wild thing. I was in there. I was like, I turned everything off. You know, I turned everything off. No internet, no nothing. And I was doing these little workouts. And I heard I'm just going to tell you again because it was wild. I hear a helicopter. And I'm like, oh, he's just flying by. And then it sounds like he's like right on top of my house. And I'm like, oh no, they're coming for me now, right? So I'm like, what the hell's going on? And something had told me that day, because I had the windows open in the back. I usually open the front windows and it gets this nice breeze through, but I decided not to because something was just like, don't do that, Angela. I would have had the garage door open too. So, and look, I'm looking at him, I'm like, he's flying right over here. So I come out on my back porch right here where I'm at. I'm smoking a cigarette and I'm looking out, and I'll show you like this. That area right there. So this black kid comes running through the yard. And I'm like, what in the hell? And the neighbor's dog's out, Chloe. And I'm like, get him, Chloe, get him. And it's only this little English bulldog. And he jumps over the fence. I didn't even recognize that he dropped something, but he has this box in his hand. He throws himself over the fence because I think the dog scared him. And I'm like, what in the hell? So I'm like, I had my phone turned off because I just didn't want to be bothered by anything. So I'm like, should I turn my phone on? Should I call the cops? Should I tell them that he, you know, went over the fence right here? What should I do? Because I was like, this is excitement. And I'm like, I don't know what to do. And so I turn my phone on and I call my husband. And I'm like, yeah, this guy just ran through the yard. The helicopter's over. I'm like, this is wild. So I'm pointing, you know, I'm like, I don't know if he's hiding in them palms over there. So I'm pointing him like he's over there. Next thing I know, there's like a few minutes later, cop comes through the yard and he's standing over there and he's picking stuff up in the yard. And I'm like, what is going on, man? So I'm like, hey, yeah. He's like, did you see him drop this stuff? Did he have anything else? And I'm like, I didn't even see him drop that stuff. But at least you guys are pretty fast. Did you get him, you know? I didn't want to be like, I think he might be hiding in those bushes. So then the cops knocked on the door later and I had a good old time with that. I called him Johnny on the spot. You get it? Anyways, I'm wild. That was an exciting day. But during all that, at the same time, same exact time, while I'm on the phone with my husband, he pulls over on the side of the road and calls the ambulance because he thinks he's having some sort of heart attack or something. He goes to the hospital, and then, then he left, took some more medicine that they gave him, the system. But anyways, that was a wild day. It was really exciting and all fucked up at the same time. Things always happen. You never know when it's going to happen, how it's going to happen, sometimes how it's going to happen. That's the scary part. They call it deja vu. I call it the what the fuck. Why? That's what I say. I'm pretty dramatic. So how much is true and how much is a lie? We're living in this world where our gas and our groceries are all going up, and they're telling us we're having a shortage of water all the time, but then the county can drill 10 more wells or some craziness like that because they can do it better than anybody else, and they're going to make sure the water is safe and effective. You got one person saying one thing, another one saying another thing, but I have people in the White House, and this is from several different groups, so don't think I'm just picking on one person, one group, whatever. It's always that. It's always that. But yet, everything is still going right into place what the globalists want, all the way to the House and back. And then they're going to have J.D. Vance, who they made this big story about. And it may be true, may not, I don't care. It's the point that they pushed him so far out into the public so fast when none of us even ever heard of him. I mean, he had a book and then a movie and then, bam, 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 bam. Nobody gets that like that, It doesn't happen that fast. But we tend not to question those things, Heard somebody say this morning, I won't say who, it was a girl, and it's not the point it's the point what she said, not that it was her that said it. And I don't even know who she is, but she said, we don't believe in the God in the front of the Bible, we only believe in Jesus. And I question, and she said that guy was sadistic, the first God. And I question, oh, nice big raven over there. You want to see him? Hold on. Bring it a little closer. Move, chicken. No. See him? Uh-oh. It's pretty gray out there. No, chicken. Anyways. Let's do it from here. That other place was a nicer view. Plants behind me. So she said that God was sadistic and evil, right? And I understand that when people read the Bible, they think, man, this guy. But why would he send all those prophets? Let's just start from there. Why would he have Moses go over to Egypt, go back to where he didn't want to be at? It seems that that's the going theme, for a lot of those prophets. They have to They have to go places they don't want to go, but they do it anyways because it saves people. That's the God of the first Bible, of the beginning of it. And he's also the God in the second part of it because he's the one who allowed his son to come down here and take all of our sins away. And I also question a lot because we got a chicken in. She sneaked in. Not kidding you. Let me see. She got in. She got in. You gotta give me a second. All right? I gotta catch her. Come on, Rooster. No. You want to say, I have to hold her wings in and maybe she'll let you see her. See, Rooster? You're not supposed to be on the porch. Well, you're not supposed to be on here. Come on. Oh! So, he gave his son to be able to be punished. No parent wants that. It's also why Abraham was called up to the mountain, because one day God was going to have to give his only son up, and he knew it already. So Abraham had to, go up there with the thoughts of giving his only son up, and it was teaching Abraham that these are the things that God is going to do for you, so would you do them for him? And Abraham said, yeah, I'll do it for you. Then God said, no, I don't want you to go through that pain. I'm giving it in different words than what they said, but I'm giving it, And I'm sure that with that's Blackie. She's loud. She gets loud in the morning. And then she goes and has an egg. It's like she wants us all to cheer her on. Good job, girl. Good job. You do those good brown eggs. They're beautiful. I cheer them on all the time anyways. So we've got all these things that God has done. And people discount that. And, I mean, look at the air that, if he's so, it's not that I agree with it, as I just don't want people to feel that way, because it's, generally it's people that have been through a lot of things. And, like, I was mad at God for a while. I questioned a lot of things. And I still do, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not mad anymore because I had a conversation with them, which everybody, and I'm not saying that I'm special either. I'm saying that everybody can do whatever. You may not get an answer back the way you want, because that's just how it is. And I also question why it's like we were all raised, well, most people that were raised, I don't know, but anyways, I'll just go on. Necromancy is supposed to be absolutely not done, right? That's what they tell us. You can't do necromancy, this and that. But isn't that also like Jesus raising Nazareth from the dead? And how many times did he do that? Is the real question. Because they say, oh, well, if we told you all the stories that Jesus did and all the miracles that he performed, the book would be so big that it would be as big as the world. Well, what Angela says is, I don't think you have the right to tell me what knowledge I can have and what I can't. If I want to know more, we all should be able to have and know more. Because if we're supposed to be like him, then we can and we should be able to raise people from the dead. We should be able to heal the sick. We should. Every demon in this world should be afraid when a person that follows Jesus wakes up and their feet hit the ground. That's how it should be. That's what he says. And then some people will say, well, he was going to take that knowledge out of the world for a little while. Well, where'd you read that at? I mean, I think that's a pretty good question. Where'd you read that at? And also, you listen to this guy. I just found this out yesterday from Candace Owens. She's pretty smart. She talks about the Scofield Bible, but then this other guy, that country singer guy that did a interview with Tucker, also talked about the now, anyways, we'll go on because I can't pronounce that word all of a sudden. And how that's where this guy wrote what Jesus meant when he said things. He said in Scofield Bible. And I said, well, I wasn't even going to read that because I don't need someone else to tell me what I'm already reading. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's a difference in between reading a book that tells somebody's story on how they got something than reading a whole Bible that tells you that you're going to be sucked up into the sky and none of Armageddon or none of Book of Revelations are going to touch you. That's a load of bullshit. Never once did Jesus say, I was coming to take you up out of this place during Armageddon. He told you to brace and prepare. He gave you the story of the virgins with the oil. He's like, you better have more oil because it's going to be dark for a long time. You see what I'm saying? Or maybe people aren't seeing it like that. He's telling you to be prepared. But most people aren't wanting to be prepared. And you should be. Because all the things that Jesus could do, like he made that tree die, he could also bring it back to life. There are going to be people that can do that. You understand what I'm saying, right? Like, there's going to be people that are going to be able to make things come back to life, not death. God has already sent them here. And I said peoples, plural, lots of them. And one will teach the multitudes. So that is where we have to come to that's where we have to know that no matter what is going on and how bad it hurts our heart, because it hurts your heart when you see people. And if it don't hurt your heart when you see people getting hurt and whatnot, you might need to question that. Because it's not about, oh, I'm crying. You're just like, oh man, that's horrible. But if you're just like, what's wrong with you? Death and destruction is not the way to go. Defending yourself is completely different. Are there people in this world that I wanted to hurt? Yes. I'm not going to be a hypocrite. Yes, there was. And I have forgiven it. Also with the hopes that they never come across my path. Because I believe that there's some things that you need punishment for. Now, am I the Punisher? No, I'm not the Punisher. I'm just Angie Fagg. Fagg. It's a real name. It's not something I made up. And no, I wasn't born. I don't even know, that's my brother's family. I don't know what my family name is. And I know a lot of people are going to say, well, Angela, you should just go and get a 23andMe. I'm not giving nobody any information on me, DNA, anything, willingly. Ain't nobody sticking nothing up my nose. I'm not doing none of that. I'm not helping the system, you see? How is that helping the system, Angela? It's helping the system. And yes, I have been to jail several times. No, not one time did they take my blood or anything. I do not know why. I just know that. I do know they got my fingerprints digitally too, because that's when they first came out, and they were way better than getting all that ink on your hand that never comes off. So it was done digitally, and it takes a lot longer, but whatever. It's better than sitting in a cell. Oh. So today, really question, just think about it. All these systems were made by these people that didn't want people to know that they were Jewish, because they weren't. They didn't follow the things of God. They were evil. They did things to their own children. So why would we want to follow that system is the question. Any part of it. And I'm not accusing all these doctors of whatever. They're just doing what they're taught, and they're not going outside of their box. That's on them. That's not on me. Anyways. So, we've been on almost a half hour now. So we're going to start rounding it up. And I just, I don't even know anymore. And most times I just go with it as it comes. I don't know, man. So, I say the Serenity Prayer because I've been saying it most of my life, and why I can't remember it is beyond me. Like, I could say the Lord's Prayer like it's nothing. God grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change. Oh, that's the Serenity Prayer. Ha! What is the... No, I'm not going to remember it. Because, see, that's how my brain works. I'm dyslexic, and I grew up with a learning disability with reading. My mom got me tutors because you can get them free at any university or college that does programs for teaching, because they have to have so many hours of community service teaching, So you can get one for free there if you got kids. That's some good knowledge. Got it. Our Father, who is in heaven, holy is your name. Your kingdom come, your will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses as we forgive those who trespass against us. Lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from the evil ones forever and ever. And then, now we're going to do the Serenity Prayer, because it's important to put it out there into the universe. So, here we go. God, grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, the courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. Living one day at a time, enjoying one moment at a time, accepting hardships as a pathway to peace, taking, as he did, the sinful world as it is, not as I would have it, trusting that he will make all things right if I surrender to his will, that I may be reasonably happy in this life and supremely happy with him forever in the next. So, this might help. I believe that some of the teachings in AA should actually go for all kinds of people. I don't think that you have to be an alcoholic. I think that everybody has their own level of poopiness that they go through. And a lot of people have a hard time in AA, so they say, well, just come to a higher power, something greater than yourself. So, and I know that some religious leaders are going to be like, oh, but listen, I don't give a damn what you say. There's people out there that are hurt, and they've been hurt by religious people. They just need to take the time and believe in something that's greater than themselves is where they start at. I hope that you find something beautiful out there today. Like, I want it to rain. It's an overcast, a little bit in and out with the sun, but it probably won't rain, so I'll water again tonight. Maybe it will rain. Who knows? Who knows what the day holds, you know? Maybe I'll win the Publishers Clearinghouse. Maybe they'll knock on the door and I'll be like, yeah! Wouldn't that be great? Anyways, I don't know if that still happens. Try to find something that is absolutely beautiful, that you find that's pretty, that it's like eye candy to you. And I'm not talking about women or dudes or whatever. I'm talking about something that's made of God. Yes, men and women are made of God, but I'm not talking about sexual shit. Look at something. Find something. I'm going to try to find something. You see my flowers? I got one of my orange and yellow flowers. They're multicolor. It grew up. I got, from all the rain that we've been getting, I'm getting a lot more flowers growing. My white rose bush isn't doing so good. It won't get bushy yet. Whatever. Just always remember, you are beautiful, you are handsome, you're a kind person, you're smart, and there's nothing anybody can tell you different. They try to. And you don't have to tell them to shut the fuck up. You can just be like, whatever, and ignore it. I sing songs in my head when I tell them to go look in the mirror. Actually, I'm pretty slick. I have things that come out real quick. But just remember, you are loved. You are loved. Somebody out there loves you. I love you. God loves you. Jesus loves you. All the angels, all of them up there. I was looking up. They love you. You're here for a reason. You have a purpose. You'll see soon. Okay? I'll see you later.